guys, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're talking about my Reading Rush TBR. So this is a week-long readathon that is taking place between July 20th and 26th, and it is hosted by Ariel and Raylene. I will leave all of the information for it linked down below. We have 7 prompts, and in years past, I have tried to pick out one book for every prompt. However, I know for a fact that I'm not really going to be able to read 7 books in 7 days with my son. So what I'm planning on doing is picking something for every prompt, but I'm allowing myself to double up even in this TBR, and I'm aiming for, hopefully, about 3 to 4 books, 5 at the most, so that I can actually realistically complete this TBR through the week of the Reading Rush. I will be vlogging my journey through that as well, so keep an eye out for that. But otherwise, I'm gonna jump right on into these prompts. The first challenge is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. So for me, that is going to be January garnet, so like a red book. However, I feel like garnets are usually like a deeper red. Like if you really consider all of the birthstones that are out there, you have 2 major red ones. I think there's only 2. You have 2 red ones. July is ruby and January is garnet, and garnet is definitely a darker red. So the book that I have picked is going to be Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. This looks brighter in the camera, but it is the deepest, darkest red that I actually own on my shelves that I haven't read yet. I don't know too much about this book or series. Technically, I think it's at least a trilogy. However, I have really loved Julie Kagawa's The Iron Fae books world. There's like 2 series for that, and I think she even has a new book coming out for that later this year, as well as gorgeous new covers for like the first trilogy of that one. I don't know much else. I think this is based on Kitsune, because I know she does Japanese mythology as well. Yeah, somebody is yokai, half kitsune, half human. I don't want to know much else. I just know that I've really liked her work in the past, and so I'm definitely excited for it. And like I said, it's the only like dark red book on my TBR, so we're definitely going with this one. The second challenge is to read a book that starts with the, which I feel like is a pretty easy one in general. I feel like a lot of books start with the, not all of them, but quite a few. And so the one I'm choosing for this is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Not this entire compendium. This is the ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm planning on reading the first book in this series, which I believe is like 200-ish pages in this book. How long is it? Not even. From page 1 to page 144 in this book. So that should not be very long at all. Right here. This amount at the very beginning, that is how much I am planning on reading for that challenge. The third challenge is to read a book that inspired a movie you have already seen. For that one, I'm going with The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I have watched The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with Martin Freeman many times. I first saw it, and I own the DVD and everything. I first saw it before I think I even realized it was based on a book series as well, because from what I understand, it actually takes things from multiple books in the series, not just the first one. But I absolutely love that movie, and I have owned this for a while, and I think just the fact that it's so big has been a little bit intimidating, and that's why I haven't actually picked up the book. But I'm very excited to get to it because I love that movie. Challenge number 4 is to read the first book that you touch. There is a little bit of leeway with how you want to do this. I think what I'm planning on doing is having my husband pick like 5 books just off of my TBR shelves, and then I will close my eyes and pick one. So let me grab him. Got it all? Okay, so he went through my TBR shelves, and if you just want to slowly put them over here, these are the 5 books that he has chosen. We have Magician's Impossible by Brad Abraham, Unlondon by China Miéville, Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessel, Avalon by Mindy Arnett, and Skullduggery Pleasant by Derek Landy. I am now going to have him mix them up a little bit, and I'm gonna close my eyes. He's gonna bring them sideways over here, so hopefully, I mean, he's gonna look at the camera. Hopefully he'll be able to have those in the camera and me in the camera, and we're gonna pick one. Like, literally just poke at one, and the first one I touch is going to be what it is. He'll have to make sure that we're getting the right one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so the first one I touch. Okay, my thumb's on one. Whatever one that is.
Avalon.
Avalon. Okay. So that's the one we're gonna go with. I was totally expecting this finger to do something, but nope, my thumb touched one. Okay, so this is a book that I have had for at least a couple years now. It is a young adult sci-fi. I don't remember too much about it. The back says Millions of Light Years, No Way Out. Okay, yeah, I don't fully know what this is about, but apparently they are in space, and there are certain, like, star systems that make up the Confederation. Some are, like, light years, like thousands of light years away from Earth. Okay, as I was saying, apparently some of these star systems are, like, thousands of light years away from Earth. There's, like, mob bosses and crime syndicates, and our main character is Jeff. J-E-T-H, little interesting, but apparently he comes across an item or a possession that people start coming after him for. I don't know much about it. I do believe this is a duology. I only have the first book, but I love sci-fi, so perfect. Okay, the next challenge is to read a book completely outside of your house. For that one, I'm going to be twisting this around a little bit because of the fact that I live in Arizona, in Phoenix. It's been over 100 degrees every day for weeks now, which I'm not subjecting myself to going outside for an entire book. But also, we are in the middle of a pandemic, so even if I thought it was okay to go outside and, like, go do stuff, I don't want to. So I have a book on my Kindle called Bittersweet by Serena Bowen that I, again, don't know much about. This is a romance that I do believe is set in, like, the wilderness of Vermont. I feel like that's going to be outside enough to count. Challenge number 6 is to read a book in a genre you always wanted to read more of. For me, I can never get enough sci-fi. I absolutely love sci-fi, so either Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or Avalon work for this, and that's what I'm going with. And then our last challenge is to read a book set on a different continent than your own. I am in North America, so I have picked Dreamin Sun by Ichiko Takano. This is the first volume in this manga series. I have read this first volume before, however, it has been at least a couple years. This is a series that I have said I wanted to finish by the end of 2020, and I need to start my reread. I have gotten up through volume 6, potentially, of this series, and it is now completed. Volume 10 is the last volume, and I own them all. So, this is a shoujo slice of life manga about a girl who lives in Japan, which, even though it is an island, is also part of the Asian continent, and she's just sort of trying to figure out what her dream in life is. Her parents have a new baby, and so she's feeling a little bit left out. She ends up moving out of their house to go and live with a couple guys from school. I mean, I know it sounds a little bit weird, but this is a trope in manga that I've seen before, and I've loved what I've read so far, and it's just, yeah, it's time for a reread so I can finish this series. Okay, so I actually did end up with 5 books that we are reading for this readathon. Again, slightly more than I was wanting because I was hoping to double up more than I have, but I'm really, really hoping that this is something that I will be able to finish. Like I mentioned before, I am going to be vlogging the entire week, so stay tuned for that. I actually think I'm going to be daily vlogging this entire week. I have never done that before. I'm planning on doing it. My son is not even quite 1 yet, so I don't know why I decided this year was the year to try daily vlogging, but we are going to try daily vlogging. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I do have videos up Mondays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye!